All right, my first weekend winner, good weather weekend vibes. Your boy sat in the kayak twice this weekend. In fact, I did my afternoon interview on Friday. I mixed it up with mints from the kayak, right in the middle of the lakes. Fell asleep Friday afternoon in the middle of the LSU lakes, woke up in that little nook on the bird observatory right there on that peninsula, was all jammed up in it. Was able to paddle out of there.
Fell asleep out there?
I mean, like, out.
What?
Out.
I love the Friday text from Jordy of him and his kayak.
Wow.
Every
Did it
Friday.
again on Sunday.
I know.
Did it again on Sunday. Saw Golden Band Nick as I was loading up the kayak yesterday afternoon. Also the weekend, good weather vibes. Did Saturday afternoon in the quarter. Is there anything better than a trip to New Orleans with no plans?
No, it's the best.
Spotted cafe music.
The weather's perfect. You got nothing to do. Just
Frenchman
go wherever you want to go.
Ran across this great band, the Shotgun Jazz Band, with their lead singer, Marla Dixon. You never know when you see there's talent all around us.
Right.
Always. And Marla Dixon, to me, she could be movies.
You've been blown away by this girl
She's
all
great.
weekend.
Did you see the video?
No, I've not. I've not
Palmer,
watched
did
it.
we get the video? Did that come through? Can you play it?
Or he can't play sound. Oh, okay.
Forget it.
Welcome to our technical
Next
stuff.
weekend.
My first
Who's watching the clock?
weekend winner is Arizona because they don't have daylight savings time. And so while the rest of us...
They win.
true?
Yes.
How do you not? That's like the entire bit on our show. Remember, we called
I
Tyrant
thought
during
we
Mike
were
and Mike.
fooled by it.
No, they don't have daylight savings, so we didn't realize the time was off, blah, blah, blah. So they're fine. They're not feeling crazy while everybody here is struggling.
But to be fair, they're kind of a loser, too, because nobody ever knows what time it is there.
Huh? Okay, that's...
Which is a good question, though. I always thought that my greatest takeaway from Hawaii is that nobody knew the day or time, which is a great compliment to where you live, right?
But that's just because, like,
No one
everyone's having
outside
fun.
Arizona knows what time it
Yes.
is. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
So I'm a counter to you, but I'm going to say the weekend winner is daylight savings time. I love daylight savings time.
Ooh, okay, this is hot. This
Great.
is a hot
I always
take,
have a
'cause
little
that's-
celebration.
Tell
you
me.
know, 7:30, the sun's going down instead of 6:30. Twilight's a little longer. It's always
okay.
nice.
That is the good
That
part
is fair.
about
I
daylight saving time.
I do appreciate that
I always
aspect
figure out
of
something
it.
to do.
It's this initial day is a little rough. We're
Yeah,
making
day-
it though. We're
day
making
one.
it though.
Day
Shout out.
one.
You know what? Yeah. You know what, Palmer? Screw you, Arizona. You're off my weekend winners.
My first weekend winner is Dominique Hammonds.
Just deleted them.
Okay. So New Orleans Pelicans had him play Friday night during their halftime, and he went out there with his violin. He played Choppa style, Still Fly on the violin. Wow. It was incredible. I tweeted this, and I really did mean it. I mean, it was a joke, but kind of I'm serious. Like, I think I need to get remarried now just so that he can play Still Fly as I walk down the aisle on the
Be
violin.
married to Kevin.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
It doesn't matter
Yeah,
who.
we
Like,
did the
whatever.
math.
It doesn't
Out
matter.
there.
Whoever. I need to walk down an aisle again. Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
gonna marry Kevin. That's
you
fine.
heard it here first. Let's get it, Jordy. You call some people. Let's get this thing sponsored.
Okay.
Rivers gonna marry a listener. Hashtag I want to marry Rivers. Put it in the huddle. Let's do it.
Done. Palmer, who's your weekend winner?
BG Landwall is my first weekend winner.
Oh, okay, I like this
He
too.
helped me
like
out
it.
pretty good. I had some problems with an insurance company I was trying to cancel, and they weren't responding. Apparently, Landwall had bought them. So
Look
I
at
was
that.
pretty relieved. I
Look at
called
that.
him. I was on the phone with him and his mama for 3 minutes, and they got me taken care of.
Look at that,
Family,
BG.
La Familia.
It was easy for me to cancel
LANWIX.
my insurance policy, which
Oh.
is crazy. It wasn't like I was getting something new.
Second weekend winner for me is the St. Thomas Aquinas Lady Falcons, who won back-to-back state championships. Shout out to Jay Maggio, who's a listener down in Hammond, tipped us off to this one inside of the DMs on Twitter on Saturday, giving a shout out to the Lady Falcons for their back-to-back Division III champs. They beat Lafayette Christian on Saturday for their second state championship. Shout out to Eddie Fisher and the crew down there, and all the loyal listeners down in Hammond listening to OTB this morning.
Nice job, y'all. My next weekend winner, reality checks. I did not feel like a winner at this moment, but we all have to realize things about ourselves. So I was dancing at El Squid Row, which I'm probably already too old for, but I'm dancing, right? I'm loving life. I'm just doing my thing. I'm in the zone. And I see this girl catch her friend to stop her from falling. And I just went to, like, tap her on the shoulder, be like, hey, you're a good friend. So I tap her on the shoulder. The second this chick turns around, she looks at me head to toe, and has the most disgusted look on her face. I mean, like, no pure and utter disgust, and looks me in the eye and says, "Ooh, get the F away from me." And obviously did not say F. Well, I was a little shook. I was
That
a little
seems
shook.
a little aggressive.
It was a body blow. It was a body blow. But look, you know what? I'm a 31-year-old man with a beard in a child's dance club. So you know what? I probably
In a child's
I had to realize things. So I'm shook. You know, I kind of felt like Deontay Wilder bleeding out the ears. I'm just kind of
Wobbling.
I'm like barely
Wobbling.
keeping my feet. But
Catch the wall, T.
then I remember.
What
then
if
I
she had
remember.
dropped her phone or she had done something and you were just trying to
Well, then I would not have told her about that phone. But you know what? Then I thought to myself, I'm like, she was probably born in like 2000. She's never even seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Like, what the hell does this chick even know? And then I was back. And then I was
She's not
back.
good
And
for
you're
you
back.
anyway, T-Bob.
And we're good to
Yeah.
go. She's never
Wow.
even seen Frodo bring the ring to Mount Doom. Like, what does she know? She knows nothing.
Neither have I.
Got a hanger.
Oh my
Don't dance with
God.
me.
Oh, God, Palmer. I'm going to grind on you now for that. But yeah, so that was rough. But you know what? It's about getting back on the horse. And your boy got back out there, and I danced my ass off that night.
Yeah, who cares about that girl?
Yeah.
Screw that girl.
Random girl.
My next weekend winner is Julia Hawkins. So it was announced this weekend that 104-year-old Baton Rouge woman Julia Hawkins will be the oldest to compete in the USA Track and Field Masters National Championship. It's going to take place, I guess, the 13th through the 15th. So it starts this weekend, I guess. Last year, she actually set a new record at the Senior Games in the 50-meter dash, coming in first place in her division. She began participating in the Senior Olympics in her 80s,
What a beast.
breaking
Julia.
world records and winning several awards. So she started this when she's 80, so it's never too late for you.
Can we get Julie on the radio?
Probably. She went to LSU. She's like a big LSU girl.
All right.
Yeah.
104.
Congrats, Julia, for just being alive.
Any other
Killing it.
sponsors win this weekend?
Oh, no other sponsor. I'd say LSU baseball, though.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish I could have made it to the game. We swept the weekend. Seemed like a couple good games.
Getting the bats
Beautiful
going.
weather.
Yeah. My last weekend winner is Marlon Taylor and the LSU basketball team. Taylor with 30. I always say this. For as long as I'm on radio in this market, we will always remember the late Don Redden, who passed away in 1988 at 24 years old, who was like a father to me growing up. And he died March 8th, 1988, 32 years ago yesterday, on the same weekend that LSU basketball remembered another number 44 who passed away in Wade Sims. To me, a weekend winner would be if LSU basketball really had the true thought of retiring the number 44. When you think about the numbers and the names that have worn that, and just Don Redden and Wade Sims, who have had passed away since wearing that number at LSU basketball, and how much it means. Not only that, Wade's father, Wayne, wore it at LSU. I think it's a very special number. Don Redden, where he always rests in peace, and he'll always be remembered on off the bench as he passed away 32 years ago yesterday.
It's well said, Jordy. So not as serious. My next weekend winner, a couple XFL ones here. The XFL beer snake.
Oh, I thought
Did
you were
y'all
going to
see
talk
this
about the
thing?
Roughnecks being
Unreal.
winners.
The beer snake. So at the DC
Three
Defenders
levels.
game, they beat the Battlehawks. We don't need to talk about that. 15-6. Fire Chuck Long. That's fine. Nobody's mad. The DC Defenders, though, had a gigantic, so a beer snake. These are cups of beer stacked up, and they managed to coordinate it. 1,237 cups of beer. That's 19,792 ounces.
Wow.
That's 154 gallons of beer were consumed. And then they stacked these cups up, and everybody in the crowd, they would like went
a hell
up
of a
to the
picture.
top of the stadium. Oliver Luck
I was
even
about
got
to
in
say,
on the action.
Oliver Luck.
Oliver Luck, the
Gave it a
commissioner
cup.
himself, drank a beer and added it to the mix. The crowd was going crazy. Your move, Roger Goodell. So the beer snake was awesome. And how about Cam Jordan? Y'all see
Yes,
Cam Jordan doing
yes.
some sideline reporting?
Yeah.
My boy. I mean, we know he's the best when it comes to media. And there it is, the beer snake. If you're watching at 1045ESPN.com. I mean,
It's incredible.
you know, even in a city like D.C. where politics is everything, everybody's so divided. Look at the human unity on display there at the Defenders game.
Human unity.
It just warms my heart. But yeah, Cam Jordan was awesome as a sideline
he did the
reporter.
Roughnecks game, which, by the way, we won. There was actually some controversy at the end, but nobody needs to know about it. We still won the game. We're the only undefeated
Yeah,
team.
he took a knee on 4th down with 2
There was
seconds
like 2
left.
seconds left, yeah. It's fine. Look,
But
it's
they
fine.
just ended the game. Right?
Did y'all hire
Fine.
Les over the weekend?
Fine, we won.
Did y'all hire Les Miles? All right, weekend winners cashed out. All right, there they are.
T-Bob already has about 5 more.
Yep. No, I think we're good. I was just going to say Pelicans playoffs.
Oh, I got one. Kind
of talked about
is
that.
Is the basketball highlight of Lonzo Ball throwing three-quarter court alley-oops to Zion Williamson.
It's crazy.
We have talked about some of the great sports highlights, what it can be, like a walk-off grand slam, a big catch in an NFL game. Is there anything better than a three-quarter court alley-oop from Lonzo to Zion? We're playing it here if you want to come to the surface there, Palmer. The first one last night from Zoe to Zion.
Look at how quick the release is. That's the thing.
Boom.
Hey.
Is that D'Angelo Russell zone?
Yeah, that's who it was. Not it was D'Angelo Russell.
Look at this when he walked, but I mean,
yeah. It's deadly, man. It's deadly with that kind of threat from anywhere. Lonzo and Zion can make you pay, and that's
Zo to Z.
Look, the thing is, Z to Z instead of A to Z. I kind of like that. We'll workshop it. Point is, you're going to bring both those guys. Like, you're bringing Lonzo back. Lonzo Ball has proven that he needs to be a core piece going forward. So that chemistry, which is already so apparent, is only going to continue. Also, shout out to Lonzo Ball. His three-point shot, not a weekend winner, a couple months winner, as in his last 25 games, Lonzo is shooting 41% from three.
Shout out Fred Vinson.
Yes, the shooting coach of the Pelicans has done masterful work with Lonzo's shot.
Anonymous user, the beer snake thing is disgusting, especially with the coronavirus scare.
No, see,
get out of here.
Wow,
Get out of here.
I mean, that's and that's why people can't talk to each other anymore.